I'm here with Lucy Wang, Senior Data Scientist with Buzzfeed. You're about to go on stage at your keynote. What are going to be key takeaways?
Key takeaways. So I'm going to talk about generally how AI is used in media, and then I'll focus more on how we apply AI to our social media strategy. So we're trying to automate parts of the process of actually distributing our content, our videos, our articles, all of our different forms of like short form, long form content, and send those out to all the to as many engaged consumers as possible throughout the web. And Buzzfeed and most media companies, they thrive on, or they have to basically like really focus on their strategy of disseminating their content on social media, because in this day and age, most people are increasingly getting their content, their media, their entertainment through like Facebook or Twitter or YouTube, and not through like going directly to typing in Buzzfeed.com. So we have to focus on how do we even seed that content to all of these different destinations on social media, so that regular users could then consume our content and then share this out to all their friends, and that's where most of our traffic and our consumption comes from. So it's all about trying to create AI that can automate that process and basically mimic human social media curators, and try to help them with their jobs.
Great. And what are kind of the challenges in terms of working with the content team and, am I being stepped back? Thank you. Yeah, what are the challenges in terms of like working with the content teams and editors to actually, obviously you're building algorithms, obviously what are the pitfalls there?
Well, of course they have very high standards. So the AI has to, be intelligent enough to satisfy their needs. We're trying to train our AI to mimic what these human curators do and what the human editorial staff do, but they themselves need this help because they themselves are missing some content, letting things they're fallible humans. So our AI is only going to mimic, both the good things they do, but also like the errors they make. So there's like the training data we're working with itself has error in it. So how do we build this AI to actually like overcome that? So I'll talk about that as well. But so that's like one of the challenges is that we're trying to scale with how much content we're producing every day and the audiences we're trying to grow every day. So it's a huge job, a huge undertaking for these curators to have to go through. So the problem that is inspiring us is that a lot of the content that they have to publish in all these different channels just slips through the cracks because there's just the sheer scale of it causes that. So that's the main source of like the error in all of this data we're working with. So we have to try to replicate what they do, but not replicate the errors that they make. Yeah.
So obviously, I don't know if you're at deployment stage yet or. So what are the results you've seen now compared to maybe a couple of years ago when you didn't have this in place?
Yeah, so I was just measuring the impact recently actually, and we found that 75% of what they've been publishing is actually was recommended by our algorithms, which was great. And then the content that they published that actually was recommended by us did at least 70% better in terms of engagement than the content that they published that wasn't recommended by us. So we're seeing that we're actually like making a difference in what we're doing. But of course, like it's not operating in a vacuum. Like it still needs some human supervision. It's a collaboration between the AI and the humans, not like us doing it, not the AI doing everything, but with that marriage of the two, we're able to actually like really drive our metrics up.
Just as a kind of wrap up overview question, where do you see this going in terms of a general trend in the future? Do you think, how is this going to change the media landscape with all these different companies starting to implement this with solutions?
So I think. So AI in general allows media to scale better. It's making a lot of these inefficient processes efficient. So that comes to maybe like ideation of your content and also down to distribution of your content. All of those processes can now happen in a more efficient way, and so therefore you can produce a lot more content now. Like implementing these AIs, allowing BuzzFeed to expand the actual volume of what we're producing, in addition to like the work we're doing to analyze what content we should be writing. That's allowing us to improve the quality of our content. So it's just both in both dimensions. You're expanding, and therefore you can really reach newer audiences, grow your audiences, and reach different like niches of audiences as well. So that's what I think implementing all these AIs could really do for us.
Amazing. Well, Lucy, thanks for talking to us today. Thanks for giving us your time.
No problem, of course.
Nice to meet you.